You know, something I realized this week was nothing is more important than your peace. I find myself in a continuous state of chasing, right? In pursuit of more, of bigger, of better. You know, wanting the six pack, the six figures, the Porsche, the Omega Speedmaster, whatever the case may be, right? The beautiful family, the wife, getting married soon, right? I'm thinking of kids and all these things. And in the process of always being in pursuit of something better, you tend to be in a state of lack a lot, right? Because you are comparing yourself to that what you don't have. After achieving some of the things that I wanted previously, I realized that nothing is more important than your peace. And while there is honor in achieving things, right, and progression and controlling the controllables, I think we must not forget that all these things, the car, the watch, the beautiful house, the family, the friends, the fame, it means nothing without peace of mind. What's the point of having a beautiful home if you struggle to fall asleep at night, stressing about work, anxiety, worrying about being able to continuously afford all these things that you have linked your value to, car, big house, etc. Or what's the point of a six-pack if you hate the man that's standing in the mirror? You know, I really think that a lot of these things, the reason why we chase them and why we are in pursuit in the first place is because we think that these things will bring us peace. I don't think we are chasing the house or the car or the applause or whatever. I think we are chasing the peace. Peace is the true end goal. And I don't necessarily think that anything external can provide that. I don't think it's something that we need to achieve, that we are currently lacking. I think we already have that. We just need to reflect it. You know, as I'm speaking about this, I'm thinking of Chris Williams's, unteachable lessons. Money won't make you happy. You need to spend more time with your parents. Fame won't fix your self-worth. You will regret working too much. All these things we are almost sick and tired of hearing, right? We hear it so much. And yet somehow we have convinced ourselves that we are the exception to these rules. You know, only if I had the money or the Porsche or the car, then I will be happy, right? Somehow we have convinced ourselves that that is the truth. At least for myself, this has been true, right? You can build the business, drive the car, have the six-pack, you can date the girl, but if your mind is in continuous state of anxiety, stressing about things, in complete chaos, right, because of all these things, struggling to maintain these things, right, having a very transactional form of self-worth. Only if I've ticked all the boxes, then I can go to bed feeling at peace, right? If you are going to be in that state, you will never enjoy any of these things. And so no matter what you achieve, none of that will mean anything to you. All right, so it is Tuesday today, and we are heading off to the gym. We are going to be focusing a lot more on station work. When I'm speaking about station work, it's a lot more high rocks focused, sled push, sled pull, burpees, stuff like that. We'll obviously showcase that in the B-roll now. But essentially, I need to get better, or me and the missus, right? We're doing mixed doubles with the high rocks. We need to get better at doing and training while under fatigue, especially with the transitions between the stations. So, for example, moving out from, let's say, a sled push to the jogging section and the transition between those, right? So, today we're actually transitioning and focused predominantly just on the station work. So, yeah. Marcus Aurelius wrote in his book Meditations, he who lives in harmony with himself lives in harmony with the universe. And I think true success lies in progression towards what you really want, right? Don't sacrifice peace for perfection. I think that's a beautiful way to say it. I think we all tend to get trapped in this idea of, because this guy wants the car, the house in Dubai, or the big whatever, maybe I should have it as well. And then we enslave ourselves to a lifestyle that we need to continuously work for to afford. Instead, dive deep and ask yourself, what do you want? What is your goal here? you know. And instead of living in a place of lack, because there might be things that you don't have right now, right? Instead of living in a place of lack and operating out of that the whole time, operate out of a place of abundance, right? You already have the things. You just need to reflect that, right? And reality will catch up. My business partner Andre likes to refer to a dream, right? And when you're dreaming, and for example, you get you fall off a 12-story building, right? Just before you hit the ground, you wake up and like your heart is racing or whatever, but like somehow, like you obviously didn't jump off a building, but in your bed, that felt like reality, right? And so in your mind, that has reality has shaped automatically to what you thought.
Good stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Well, yeah, that's what we live for, right? Look at my mixed doubles partner doing lunges.
Obviously reality, and in a real life, that just needs to catch up. And so you need to rewire your brain into believing that you are who you want to become, and you just need to wait for reality to catch up. And so I've started to reflect what I've wanted to be, and then detach myself from the outcome, right? Just focusing on making sure that I reflect that which I want to be, and I don't care about what happens after. And so I wanted to leave that thought with you guys.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Grand Rising. It is Wednesday today, and today's primary focus is all about recovery. And I thought I'd showcase, essentially the meals I eat as well on a day-to-day basis. So I usually eat around 3 meals. I'll break it up around 1,000 calories, 500, and around 1,000 in the evening again. With the main focus in the morning, because I'm breaking my fast, I do intermittent fasting. It's high fat, high protein, lowish carbs, right? Or at least a low glycemic type of carb, which is the sourdough bread. It's fermented bread. Then in the afternoon, I do predominantly fermented foods, focusing a bit more on my gut health, as well as filling back up my glycogen storages. So there'll be fruit, fermented, like whether that be kefir, raw milk, raw yogurt, stuff like that. And then high fiberish foods, right? And then at the evening time, I usually eat my more higher digesting or slower digesting foods, which is my red meat, right? Then I'll pump some complex carbs then. And I try and eat that meal 4 hours before I go to bed. So yeah, this is how my breakfast looks. We got around 1,000 calories here, 250 grams of chicken, 80 grams of sourdough, 140 grams of avo. Then we got my raw milk coffee as well, and then we got some electrolytes with sparkling mineral water and some creatine.
So we have a lot of fruit in here. We got berries. I prefer berries. We got some roasted coconut flakes, some 100% cacao nibs. We got some yogurt, which is 100% raw yogurt, so it has some good bacteria in there for your gut. Roasted coconut flakes, high in fiber. Berries is beautiful, beautiful fruit. Good for brain health. We've got raspberries in here as well. Also fairly high in fiber if you take the volume that we got in here. So yeah, this is an exceptional meal, filling my glycogen storages, and obviously a bit of hydration through here as well after the sauna. So yeah, beautiful meal.
Alright, so we are doing a high rock simulation today. So it's about 80% of an actual high rocks today. So it's going to be a lot of running and a lot of station work. I'm not really keen to do this today, but it's on days like this where you need to really show up and push through, right? So let's get it.
think don't be too hard on yourself, and yeah, continuously taking action, but don't let perfection withhold you from being at peace. And I think I would like to motivate everyone to desire peace above all else.